Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to this story through the DC fan page where you can look at plot synopsis and character bio. So we are going to be looking today at Flash 167 from December of 2000. First of all, a gorgeous cover by the one and only Brian Boland. Um, this dude, I love it. He just hatches. He doesn't really do a lot of cross hatching. He just hatches. Um, it's just so cool. I'm always impressed to see his work. Um, he's not very fast, unfortunately. So he's normally relegated to um, cover art. One of the neat things I do love about him is he is a digital. He works digital now, and he works old digital. So he works with a tablet that he has to look at the monitor. He won't. He won't get one of the newer ones. So, all right, here we go. So we are now in chapter 4. We are covering all of Geoff Johns' run on Flash, which is lengthy and good. Really kind of depends on the views. So far, not too many people are interested, so we'll see if we keep it going. But I will definitely at least finish this story arc. So we begin with another quote by Lewis Carroll, and this episode is called "Joining the Tea Party." Geoff Johns is the writer, with Angel Unzueta as the penciler, and Doug Hazelwood is the inker. Angel Unzueta does leave after this arc. He's actually pretty good, but doesn't, at least I'm not too familiar with a lot of his work. So he's definitely a decent villain. So we have this evil Flash coming out of the building. Well, I think it's the evil Flash because of the way he's looking. Because if you remember from the previous episode. So, all right. So, in 1993, Nuruddin Morricelli ran a mile in just over 3 minutes and 44 seconds, the fastest non-metahuman speed ever recorded. Usually I can race across the earth twice over in less than that. But right now, I'd kill to be Morricelli because as of a few hours ago, I lost my speed. I lost my right to call myself the fastest man alive. I've been imprisoned in a mirror dimension that cuts me off from my powers, a reflective nightmare of what the world would be like if the legacy of the Flash had never existed. I'm stuck in Wonderland, teamed up with the Mad Hatter and the March Hare, Mirror Master and Captain Cold, respectively. Barry tolerated these rogues. I don't. And you can see here, he's speaking backwards. And so this Flash is speaking a riddle here. As he says, what can fill up a room but take lip on space, or but take up in but takes up no space, I think is what it's saying. Sorry, reading backwards here. So continuing here, to me they're just crooks with gimmicks. Cold's an egocentric jerk, Mirror's a hired thug, but right now, they're all I've got. The only ones that can get me back home, back to my wife. Unfortunately, someone else stumbled upon us in our connection to the outside world. Now they got us fighting our own reflections. All in all, I'd call it a bad day. So, light is the answer. Mirror, mirror on the wall, which Flash will bleed and fall? And this is Plunder. You willing to come quietly, Flash? I'll take care of your twin before he takes care of you. Just give me the word. And he says, I can handle my own battles, Plunder. How about you? As he tosses him and crashes. Not so tough. And Captain Cold is like, oh man, I just give up. And this one says, good, I'll kill you quick. And he slips. Whoops, better watch your step. My gun must have gone off. So, sorry. And he also breaks. Heh. What a waste. Good looking guy, too. And it looks like Mirror Master's like, Cold, some help, please. And so I'm not gonna keep reading that. So it looks like both Mirror Masters went in, and Captain Cold says, I could use my cold gun, maybe crack it open or something. Use yourself. And he's like, Captain Cold's like, what does he? And Flash says, I got it. Cold, follow my lead. And so he says, we can't walk into that looking glass, but our reflections are already inside. Position yourself right, and we got him. And so they, you can see, about time, and then suddenly there's a bullet, and it breaks. And this thing opens up, and Captain Cold's like, what's that? Mirror Master says, we've got to get out soon, Flash. Like I told you, our presence is going to cause this place to fold in itself. That glimmer there, it's a start. I just need a large reflective surface, too. And off panel here, you'll never leave this place. It's plunder. Suddenly they're like a little bubble here. Should have finished me off when you had the chance. Man, I have to give it to the boss. Smart guy. He figured this whole thing out, you know. That's our world's destruction was imminent upon your arrival. That we would only survive if we escaped into your reality. So, and if you remember, we got the Hal Jordan museum. I've got two of the rats, Tinker. The Flash took off running. All right, and then the Thinker. Sorry, I said Tinker. The Thinker. The two alone will open the portal. I'll just have to saw one in half. Bring them to me. Based on his behavior the past 12 hours, there's a 92.43% that the Flash will come after his friends. But by the time he shows up, we should be long gone. He's pretty slow. And the Flash is like, I need a plan. I can't play cat and mouse all night. I really do like this artist. Good perspective. Unless I'm the cat. And so, nice place. Gives me an idea. One I'm not too proud of. But I'm going to get home. I'm going to need an edge. The Green Lantern Museum will provide it. They've got all the schematics. How they all work. Hate doing this. Feel like that creep replicant. Taking these weapons for my own sound guns, energy rods. All these colorful scientific devices have been used to commit one crime or another. He's being too modest. Theft, arson, murder. Static from the electromagnetic waves of evil. Stars, star bands to displace speakers as I pass by. This can't be healthy. Grabbing stuff from Dr. Light. Alright, so it looks like, and by the way, I should have started with the thing. I haven't read these comics in forever. And so I'm reading them for the first time in a long time with you here. I have this entire run, but I probably haven't read it, goodness gracious, in probably 15 years or so, I would garner. So it looks like I forgot that the first page is sort of like an old-fashioned splash page where he's just kind of, it's like a second cover, you could say. So, all right, so Flash continues here. For the first time, I experienced how it feels to walk in their boots, how it feels to be a rogue. No, not really, but... And so, hold it, pal. I told you, you only got two choices, Flash. Come quietly or don't come at all. So here comes Flash. I got enough firepower on me to level a city block. That gives me a lot of options. And Plunder shoots. Tools that metal, twist sound, and cut flesh. No more games, Plunder. So, watch the bravado, West. You're starting to sound like Cold. Stand aside and let us go. Once we're gone, your world will be safe. And behind fire. And so it all explodes. It's the evil Keystone Police. Good shot, Bender. That statue's coming out of your salary. Next time you want to try and hit the target. And he's like, sorry, Chire. B Squad, get after the Thinker's boy. West is ours, says the Mayor Barry Allen. And so Plunder's taken off, and Flash is like, damn it, there goes my ticket out. And then the sky starts to kind of look Gorky, and he's like, it's another sign of the doomsday. And so, this is Fred Shire, West. You may have escaped prison, but you haven't outrun the Keystone Police. Get on your feet and put your hands in the air. And so he puts one hand, and Shire's like, both hands. Your days of impersonating my nephew are over, punk. I do not want to have to do this to Barry, even if it's just a light construct. This Shire, however, glad I won't be seeing him again. Sonar sound gun ought to create a big enough boom to... And then he clicks and just click. Oh man, nothing's happened. Broken ore. Flash is being like, I don't know, a little too goody two shoes. And I like heroes, but I tell you that when they start to get goody two shoes and they can only see in black and white, there's shades of gray in life. And heroes that are like, oh, you know, always, you know, kind of like that, can be a little annoying. But all right, Ultrasound must be playing Twister with their insides. They won't be eating anytime soon, but they'll live. You can see this guy throwing off. Me, on the other hand, he hits that button. Dr. Light's light walking antigrav belt ought to get me out of their reach. And so he flies off. This flying thing's not too bad. So deconstruction ready. Einstein used to say, great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre mind. How true that is. And so, being from another reality, fascinating. By utilizing their signature frequency and this gold conductor, I can create a doorway out of this hellhole. A doorway to a world of soft police and softer superheroes. Idiots like yourself. Prepare to transmit 50% of the mass into the next tube, and suddenly, cat crashing through. Love vertical panels. I'm always impressed when other people are able to do them. So he gets Captain Cold out. You must be the brains of this operation. My name's the Flash. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to release these two goons into my custody. And I'm only going to ask once. And Plunder jumps at Flash. He's mine. So Captain Cold frees Mirror Master. This guy goes, you simpletons, you still have no way home without me. The triangulation needs to be complete. The coordinates perfectly align unless you want your atomic orbits to be out of sync. The very least of which will result in an atomic explosion 50 times the size of an A-bomb. So Colt says, you talk way too much for me, Einstein. How about you, McCulloch? Way too much. We don't need him. I know what I'm doing. He's like, wait, don't, please. And so they go and they throw him into the deconstruction. So they initiate the thing and get rid of the Thinker. So meanwhile, Plunder and Flash are fighting. And he takes off his flying belt. And Flash is going to fall, but he hangs on because luckily was a flagpole there. And so he takes off his weapons. And then he positions it so that he takes Plunder away. And so he's walking up, and the two of them help him out, and they're like, he's giving them their weapons. So, all right. So, Mirror Master says, I need us to form a triangle point at the doorway. Click your heels 3 times, all right? Like Dorothy. And buckle up. We're going home. So he hits the mirror. And they're all going out. So Flash is feeling uncomfortable. And so he's getting his powers back. So he's feeling the lightning igniting him. And he's got his powers back. He's like, welcome home, boys. And they're like, shoot. And Captain Cold picks up and he goes, that's a sniper's rifle. You think he made it through whatever that was? Thinking of plunder. I doubt it. Here it is. No wonder we had a hard time getting out. The reflective surface of this wee diamond was our prison. Hard to break out through these. And Flash says, that's Linda's wedding ring. And he's like, what did you do to my wife? You know what happens when I vibrate my hand through things, McCulloch? They explode. And he's like, you can see him sweating. I didn't touch your wife, I swear. Wes, I'd listen to him. He, holy. And they're like, what are you? Look. And then he stops and he's like, my God. And suddenly, where the hell is Keystone City? So, that concludes our story. So, Flash 167 from December of 2000, written by Geoff Johns, pencils by Angel Unzueta, and inks by Doug Hazelwood. So, hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm going to try to go through his entire run. We'll see if these particular videos get some views. They don't seem to be generating too much, but we'll see. I will definitely finish the story arc and probably the next one to see if it picks up with the next one, but then if not, then I'll just move on to something else. So anyway, like and subscribe, and I do want to thank you for listening. Goodbye.